in again that L formation, but the corner they don't want to be at.
I mean, like, no one wants to be in this position. Look at that circle. It goes all the way to the north, where the players are 200, 300 meters away. I mean, it's not too far when you can basically run at the max speed, but look at the circle. Look at the actual landscape. If you want to drive, there's no path for you to drive without taking some blue damage, and you need to just, like, go in right now. The IGLs are having their minds boggled. They need to think about, how do I trade? Yes, where do I set that? Like, do we all swim? Do we play some spoiler? Seems like 2 teams are now in, and that comes the swimming contest.
They come in diving through, the Cryptic slightly further ahead, but look who's even further than that. Hope, this is his time to shine. If he can keep that bridge to himself, doesn't give away the position to DRS, he can turn around, slap down Cryptic, slap down Virtuous. He's got the ability to take all of the control, crush him inside his 2 big fat potential hands of kills that he can grab. Hope still though swimming won't
still get up the shoreline, and that is great because some of these teams might be busy fighting against each other.
This does look dangerous for them. Of course, Twisted Minds, they are stepping up and trying to find those kills. Open to those who do survive, those who do get to the shoreline, and then as Twisted Minds, you're like, wait, hang on, we're not there just yet. We're still outside the zone.
I don't know how to feel if I'm any of these players. I just need to say good luck. After all, after this game, we will have officially been played 2/3 of the game, and that is actually...
But look at how many people are going to drop from the South End entrance, Tarzan. This is about as free reign as you get for kills, T2k. If there's ever a time to grab up points in this competition now, it is it. His Falcons also, they found their beautiful position early on. It's all free reign too for those inside the buildings, even more so as T2k do wrap around this search for a little bit of a greater pressure point inside of this zone. They do have 4 players alive, and I think that actually T2k, the strongest formation out of any of these teams when it comes to the overall strength of where teams control in this 6-phase zone.
Tricky, like, there's still grounds to really get onto ground, but is running extremely low. And of course, we've got teams knowing that this is a circle filled with fishes, right? And they have to make sure that they have someone trying to do that job. And as we see DRS making the rotations needed, we're opting to play shoreline, and that could be huge for them.
DRS, they are making that move forward. They find one through the smoke. They find the second. Cryptics, it felt so bad for them. They couldn't even fight. They didn't even see their enemies, but they got down anyways. Virtuous Pro as well. Where'd you get climbed? There's nowhere to go. And you can see R8T, who are desperately trying to join up with Virtuous, only get knocked inside the water. Hero SK Tanvi, I think, trying to play fishy, trying to survive as long as possible, but no one is really dropping. And Falcons, all of these teams alongside Nasrit, they're not fighting inside. It's not opening any way for those from the shoreline to get further inside, except for Hope for these kills inside the water.
It's time to slow down. I think it's time to slow down for a lot of these teams, because if they don't slow down and calm down a little bit, this is a time that they can give away too much footsteps. We may have that city finish, it may not, but we are within that phase, ladies and gentlemen, where every fine detail matters, and the control and your discipline in giving away info is extremely important right here.
Yeah, so look at their positions. They still got the edge of the shoreline. They still got 12 kills. They are the ones, realistically, who can come out with the biggest game ever that they can muster so far in this tournament. 12 games, but if that's what it takes to warm up, albeit, I'll take it. 12 games for DRS to finally show us what people have been striking so much about.
Well, at least they finally gotten here, right? Is that 11 kills on their side? At least 10 from what I've
we're on 12
seen
now, baby. We're on 12. We're heading to 13.
Brilliant. So good. But you know what? Like, still, it's about the circle doing its work. As is this way away. Like, it will never be on their side, I feel like. There's still a way to make this work, though. To be fair, the entry line is not too harsh. They have enough info to make it just about to that southern edge. The info's right in front, but once again, cat and mouse situation. The side of VP can spoil this for them as they basically share the similar retreat line, but the cliff is actually in their way. So it's about DRS thinking, do we go into zone or do we try to cash out these fish who have grown some feet?
And Mafia Ninja only puts the fire in the way, so it's going to be no crossing over. Mafia Ninja is going to have to try buy some time, because DRS, it did get knocked to the backside, so the revive is going to have to come through. They are making it happen, but meanwhile, Bronzeberg does step further forward. They're now being deployed, the smoke road ready to be taken through, but it's going to be an absolute do-or-die situation for Virtuous, because still, they have not dealt, as you said, with DRS, and it's about that cat and mouse. Who decides to go first? And Bronzeberg, that was not the knock you wanted, as right as you're about to cross. Look at how many smokes have been deployed, but it's still not enough. The spray is still too strong for T2k, and there comes in 2, and there comes in truly 3, potentially, as Black White is the only one remaining. but still gets shot up anyways. DRS is bouncing. Virtus will pull it down.
It's fine. I mean, DRS could lose players as long as that is a price to pay to get some other players in. That's fine if they can get 3 through. That is amazing. Falcon's helping for sure as well to applying pressure from within.
Still DRS slowly continue even further forward. Nima is now going to be the only one up with AJ as they've lost the back line. T2k is still not fighting with Falcon as much as DRS wish they could have this fight go either way because they're getting dropped on the outside, but they just look too darn juicy for Falcons and T2k to turn to themselves. Is now ahead further down into what is only our final 5 teams. Tarzan inside those who has survived to the phase 7 point. DRS, they are somehow still a little bit so wanked the kill. 6 kills with T2k as they continue to push further forward in NSE. Oh boy, are they eliminated as Falcons then step even further forward. DRS 2 could be next. Nima tries to chop over the wall. T2k so cannot find it, only will find the building. Is now on the backside though. Last and found the difficult backdoor attempt. It was not successful. They've lost Nima 2, but down to only 1. DRS, this might be where the fight ends here for them. Gaelzen down to half HP. Heals back up.
Tricky one. I mean, Falcons got rewarded for their patience. They got literally 0 kills before that one. But sometimes you just need to pay for that. Like, that is exactly... I mean, they were that Pachinki team, so they worked their way through. At least they got some macro down in order to lift till the stage. I mean, any points is great for them. It won't be the biggest game, but I can't complain. But that will be DRS out. But in that one single game, they have double the amount of points that they've gotten from today. And I think, I would love to believe that that is... are setting up for a huge day 3 for this team.
Just gonna say, Tarzan, look who's still alive. Look who's got the potential to take this chicken dinner fate from the bottom of the leaderboard. It's still got 2 players. Yes, it's gonna be difficult, but the whole PM is real, Tarzan. It's coming in strong.
I mean, like, this team really needs it with all kills on board as well. They were actually pretty chill. I feel like there's nothing for them to lose, right? We saw them before this game started. They're chatting, they're smiling, and that is great to see. I feel like you don't want to bring too much burden into this. If you've lost the fun, if you really want to grieve your teammates emotionally, that will never work out for you. So that is great that they're at least taking 14 points from this game, and that is going to matter so much.
After this, is still 6 games, so you said we're 2/3 the way through, but there's still 33% games to play, Tarzan. And Fate, if it can come up with that position strong, if they come out with a chicken dinner in the last game of day number 2, the mental boost that has got to provide to them coming into those final 6 days to really step it up, to really bring in that flame inside of them and burn it all down in front of these other players.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first phase 9 that we have. I feel like. I hope
phase
the
9.
distribution
Yes,
of mess does come through. Every footstep, every movement has to have a good purpose right here.
That's the all standing strong. Phase 9's closing in. There's no room for error as the zone will not stop right now. It won't stop until everyone comes down to 1 team living. Falcon Damar, they strike in first with smoke, try to block out the rest, but as you can see, the blue zone is no mercy. It only continues to push. You do not want to be touched by the blue zone now. It hurts so bad.
This is tough. This is very tough. Phase 9 is still coming, and that is the time utility coming through as well. Beautiful not there, but 1 for 1 seems like.
1 for 1 indeed. It's still Fate are alive. It's still got Madcap. There's no revive going to come. It's way too late. You got to pick yourself up as a solo and white as a trio to a duo. Potentially the zone barely doesn't clinch out T2k, but it's straight on back for Falcon and straight on back for T2k. 1 for 1 trades, but they add the more members, and now it's a 1 versus 4 situation. T2k has still got 3 up. Fate, yes, it's going to be a reef on his load, so he's got the window. Can he find at least 1 kill? The zone comes in behind him. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to go, and they won't even strike 1 more.
Beautiful one from T2k. I mean,
So good. I don't know how to really say it. They have just been the most impressive team in this lobby. 4 wins, it speaks for itself.
They're not quite 50 points ahead right now, considering they were almost there before, but still, what a cushion they have developed themselves here across these 2 days, Imperium, with where they're going to be sitting very pretty going into tomorrow, and it's going to be a tall task for people to catch up with them if they even just have middling games tomorrow.
As I said, you know, it wasn't the strongest finish for the day from Yala, but heading into